What's up, everybody? This is Messiah Hill, and this is the scooter backflip. Oh, yeah! Woo!
Wait, Dad, do we have a podcast tonight?
Oh, yes. See, I'm gonna be late.
Here, you're gonna need this.
Thank you.
Hurry up.
And we are live. What's up, everybody? We are live with special guest SpokesmanMTB on the line. What's up?
Hello, everybody.
I love it. What's up, Joey Yates? How are you, bro?
I need to turn my mic on. Okay.
You're fine.
Welcome.
I love it. Whole shot award is going out to Zach, the tumor warrior with a whole shot. 547 in here. Excited to actually be here for once. Thank you for being here. I love it. Let's say what's up and a cheers to the chat real quick. Cheers to all of you. MTB Nick 123. We see you. What's up? Miami in the house with Johnny U. Love it, bro. What's up, man? Charlie Hicks, welcome to the show. Let's go, Spokesman. Trail Monster is in the show. Hola, mis amigos. MTB Kaz. What's up, Kaz? What's up, bro? Hey, Joey is doing good.
Sorry, Kaz.
I hear the bike got fixed by Gravity Bikes.
I heard it all well. Yeah.
Joey's may or may not have a chiropractor coming to the house later. No.
Yeah, that is true. I do have a chiropractor coming over.
But yeah, things are good. We had a great group ride. Spokesman, we had a group ride, and MTB Kaz was out there with Joey Yates. Joey went off a jump and went into a straight Indo nose manual and right into Kaz's bike. So poor Kaz, he was walking away. His back tire was completely like wobbly.
Out.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Not good.
No, but everything's good. Everyone's good.
Yeah,
Everyone's good.
I folded his and the helmets.
Oh,
yeah, no
helmet day.
Day one of that helmet too. Is that good luck? That's good luck, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that's good luck or not.
Yeah.
I know it worked 100% of the time that I wore it. So,
boys, it got so quiet there for a second. My gosh. Oh, we see Spokesman's in the house. What's up, Steve?
Hey, how are you guys? Woo!
Up in Northern California, riding dirty out of Arizona. Oh, snap, homies. And hey, there was a sick clip of you two going down Highline just before the big shoot. My God. Your face. I loved it.
I think I hit puberty all over again that day.
Trail Pimp's in here. What's up, Maddie? Good to see you. Spokesman is the man, 100% representing out of Tahoe. Man, we got NorCal in the house. And then jumping across the big ponds, getting over to New Zealand. What's up, Octodad? Good to see you. What's up, MTB?
Always good to see Octodad.
Yes, love it. I love it. Scott is in the house. What's up, Scott from Narkansas? I love that. Guys, and then Matthew, a up-and-coming YouTube star, Mini Bomber, right here. He is putting up some good stuff. Check out his channel. I love it. So welcome to the show. How are you doing? And are you in California or are you in Colorado, Spokesman?
I am currently in California. I got back from Colorado about a week and a half ago. Actually, no, I didn't. I got back from North Carolina about a week and a half ago. I was in Colorado for about a month. And instead of coming directly home, I took the roundabout route and went out to North Carolina and rode Pisgah and DuPont and a little bit of Burn Park with Red Wolf bike tours out there.
Oh my gosh.
Really good time. A fantastic weekend.
That is awesome. Octodad's saying the chat's already going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Redneck bar.
He's on the other side of the pond and he's harassing us.
Poking you with a sharp stick.
So tell us a little bit about this Burn Peak on your way back home. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a small place. It's wonderful. I didn't know what to expect. I've seen most or all of the videos that were produced on the park, and it's a beautiful place. It's a percentage of the Chestnut Mountain Preserve near Canton. That's just about an hour north of Brevard, and you hit the parking lot. You do a pretty sturdy climb up to the hub where all the trails start. And then you can branch out from there and take a lot of different trails. And I tried to ride every single one of them, and I did all of them except for the double black.
Oh, dang.
Because I forgot water. I got there and I'm halfway up the hill and I grab my Camelback and I'm like, oh, this is bad. And there are a minor criticism of Burn Park. There's no water anywhere. There's no way to refill. So bring your water. And so I got to the top and I kept my loops to a minimum. I hit every trail once and then I pretty much came back down. But the real treat of that day was being able to take a brand new trail. There's a trail that's called Papertown Express that goes up to the hub that I talked about. And then it keeps going up to the top of the mountain and comes down a brand new trail called Ladybird that had been open just a couple of days when I got there. And that was a treat. It's a blue trail. It's got some jumps on it. It's got some risers and some lifts, and it's very swoopy. It's probably the flowiest trail in the park, I'd have to say, and it's pretty long. It's at least twice as long as any other trail there, and it's really fun.
Dang, that sounds fun. Now, when you go to Burn Peak, do you have to make a reservation, or is it free to the public? Do you have to pay? How does that work?
It's 100% free and 100% open. It's restricted by the open and closed hours of the preserve that it's located within. So you have to keep an eye on their website. It's probably dawn to dusk or something like that, but you'd have to check the website to be sure. But it's 100% free. You just park your car and ride on up. It's painless.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's really fun.
Bring water, right?
Bring water.
Yeah. Bring your water. Speaking of water, I see one of the YouTube celebrities jumped on Venakava MTB, who just won the one chip challenge. It was last weekend.
Oh my God.
The person that was in first place took a one chip hot chip and did, I believe, 11 laps around the bike park before he had to come in, peel in, and get milk.
I'm dying. Yeah.
Right. Venakava did 22 laps before he had to come in. So hats off. He also gets a brand new pair of Etnies as the winner, and I believe some other good stuff he got from that. Yeah.
Oh man, I would have loved to have been there. Oh, that looked like fun.
Right? To be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
So with your trip to Burn Peak, it sounds like it's something that you've done even before Burn Peak was Burn Peak. Trips out there, like annual trips, and tell the folks a little bit about the backstory. I thought this was really cool.
Yeah, this is really fun. I kind of stumbled upon this whole thing that we're doing right now about 3.5 years ago. I told my infinitely patient wife, I'm going to take a road trip. I'm going to put my bike on the back of the 4Runner and I'm going to just drive around, and I put together a little route, and I'm going to go check out a bunch of different states and a bunch of different places to ride my bike and just see what happens. And maybe it'll be great and maybe it won't. And I went down through San Diego and went east and went to Tucson, down to Bisbee, up to Durango, which is a town I'd never heard of, or I mean, that I'd never been to. And I'd only heard of it because it had been written up in mountain bike magazines, because that's where the legendary Ned Overend makes his home. And so, having come up in the 80s and 90s on mountain bikes, I knew who he was. But went to a bunch of different places all through there, hit Winter Park, Trestle Bike Park. That was fun.
Dang.
And while I was at Trestle Bike Park, I met a wonderful guy named Chet. And he told me about this. We're on a lift trying to make small talk. And he tells me about this guy who has a YouTube channel. And I'm like, I don't watch YouTube. I'm not 20. I don't do that stuff. And he goes, no. He does a bunch of bike stuff. His name is Seth. I'm like, never heard of him. And And so when I got home, I started checking out this Seth guy, whatever, and absolutely fell in love with what he was doing. Like, it's entertaining, it's informative, it's fun. And I was like, I have a background in video. I could do that. I can't do it as well as Seth, but I could do that. And you know, Spokesman was born. Spokesman was originally the name of my bar.
No kidding.
Oh, nice.
And because I've lived my entire life around bikes, when it came time to name the bar, we just chose Spokesman. And so when it came time to name the channel, it was named after the bar.
Easy.
That
Yeah.
is cool. That was a question that I was going to ask. How did Spokesman come to be? No way.
Yeah. It was my neighbor Johnny and I sitting in the little tiny table I had in my garage at the time going, what should we call it? I don't know. I like bikes. Let's call it Spokesman. Oh, that's good. Use that. Yeah. And then I had to add MTB to the end because there's actually a bike shop in Santa Cruz called Spokesman.
No way.
And so I'm like, I don't want, they're great. That's a great shop, you know, no shade, but I put MTB at the end just to, you know, be different.
Differentiate. You should see if they let you put your picture there. They're like, no way.
Yeah.
This is Spokesman's bike shop.
What?
Oh, yeah. Joe Pimp is saying the birth of a legend.
The birth of a legend. It was more of a
There it is.
C-section, really.
Folks, nurse, we have an emergency C-section in room 2, 3, and 4.
Curtain 8 and 11.
Stat. We need stat stuff. So Spokesman was born. And so you heard of this Seth guy. You looked him up on YouTube. You enjoyed it. It encouraged you to start the channel.
Yeah.
And then going back there, so then you hit that area, or how did you get to Burn Peak from that road trip?
I had found out about Seth and I was watching his YouTube videos and I found out about this Patreon thing and how he takes his money from the Patreon thing that he does and he applies it to the common good. He was saving it up and he was going to do something that had to do with the trail park. This was all way before that, but I knew that he was going to do something good with it. So I joined his Patreon. And as luck would have it, just a few days later, I got a message in my inbox that said the Seth trip is happening and it's open to Patreon supporters first. So everybody should sign up that wants to go. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything. Click. And I signed up for it. And Red Wolf Bike Tours hosts this Seth trip. It's a 3-day bike tour with Seth. And we all got to ride Pisgah, which is a place I'd never been at the time. It was very exciting. And I headed out there and got to ride with him for a few days. And I got to talk to him, ask him questions, pick his brain. I'm sure annoy him to no end. And he's a brilliant person. Like, he's a really fun guy to talk to. He's smart, he's kind, and he's a very good rider. So it was a good trip for everybody. And not only that, but I mean, all the other people on the trip, I made so many great friends that now when I go back, I want to see everybody. It's so exciting to see all my old pals. I met people from New York, from Georgia, from Florida, from Texas. It's everybody, Kentucky. Wow. So yeah, it's always a good time. Always.
That is crazy. So was he just starting? Was that his like first inaugural Patreon type of ride? Was he kicking it off and he was trying to get people involved?
I came in at ride number 3.
No way.
Yeah. And so there were a few people, there's a group of people that had been to the previous ones and kind of I don't know what else word to use, but like a fraternity was forming, like this club of people that went on this ride. And they were nice enough to accept me and I jumped in and oh my goodness, they're such great people.
That is cool. That is so cool. So on that last trip, that was one of your annual trips back out there to ride with everybody, say what's up, catch up, all that good stuff.
Oh, I got to see all my old friends. It was so exciting. And I got to ride some really great trails. Barrett over at Red Wolf, he is a fantastic guide. He takes his job very seriously, but he's also really good at making things fun and adventuresome. And he tests his riders. He takes us out on stuff that's challenging. So, you know, we had a wonderful time, and I always come away from that trip a better rider than when I got there.
Love it, dude. That sounds like such a fun trip. And what are the chances, man? Ride number 3 of the Patreon group.
I know.
Just grew into this. The Seth guy, he'll never make it. This guy.
Yeah, I don't know who's that guy.
Oh, what's up? SSB just jumped into the audience. Hey,
Yo!
fam, just dropped in. What's the word? What's up, John V? Hope you're
Nice.
healing up from your surgery really well, my man. Good dude right there. Supporter of the channel and the show. Thank you, John. Good to see you, man. This is Spokesman right here out of Northern California. We're talking about
What up?
mountain biking in Northern California in Durango. His trip out to Burn Peak. I also see the Trail Dogs jumped in here. What's up, Trail Dogs? Good to
Trail
see
Dogs!
you
What
guys. Yeah.
I went to the Sedona Mountain Bike Festival just this last one in March or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I met them through Joe, Colorado Kid, and through Eric, Riding Dirty. And
Dirty.
oh God, I love these guys. And
So good.
we went out and we did this little tiny ride that was just the most fun. Trail Dogs are so much fun to ride with. I love everything they do.
So good.
I'm a total like super fan.
They're so good. They're so good.
They have a lot of energy.
They really do. I know.
Yeah,
Oh, to be young.
They just had a little bit of energy, you know, that probably make them a bit different.
Yeah, I know.
They're the best. I love those guys. And Isaiah actually goes under the knife tomorrow. So Isaiah is sending you healing vibes for your surgery. Hope it goes well.
Thinking about you, bro.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. We got the Active Life 2.0. He says, "What's up to you, Steve?"
Yeah, John, how you doing, dude?
Yeah,
I love that guy. I just saw him over the weekend.
Love it. SoCal Shredder jumped in. Trail Dogs are a blast to ride with. Definitely so. They have done that before. So as you're doing the Burn Peak, and it sounds like that may have sparked you to like do more of these trips after that one that you first did back in the day. Because 2023, you have something coming up, yeah?
I kind of caught the bug. It's way too much fun to adventure, and having done it a couple of times in the past, as well as watching people like BKXC take off and do their 50 state shred, and there's a lot of inspiration out there. There's so much to see, and there's so many places that people don't even know about. So this next year, mid to late summer next year, I'm going to embark on my longest trip yet. I'm going to start in California, unless I'm living in Durango. And I'm going to head north to Salt Lake, up through Montana and Michigan. And then I'm going to cut up into Canada and head east and stopping at trails all along the way. And I'm going to hit Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont and drop down almost all the way to New York City, and then cut west and go through Ohio and all those states, and head back through Durango and back home again. So it's gonna be a 6-week trip.
Time frame. How long are you gonna be on the road?
6 weeks. I might need more than that, but I haven't asked for permission for more than that yet. That's a big one. But it's going to be so exciting, and you only have so many years where you could do things like this, and I'm not a young man, so as my body keeps reminding me when I do things like Highline, Eric. But
what?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I want to get the rides in, and I want to meet the people. I love going to towns and dropping in at a brewery and sitting down and just starting up a conversation with the person next to me, and I've met so many wonderful people that way.
Yeah.
So it's a real honor to be able to do that, and it's a treat.
Dude, that sounds like quite the adventure, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God. You're right. Like, we can't make time, but we can make time count. And that's a great way for you to do it.
Absolutely.
I love that. Johnny, you out in Miami saying, I want to be spokesman when I grow up.
Oh, well, we're accepting applications. I need to replace myself with someone.
Trail Fam saying, are you going to hit some bike parks too? Like ski resort riding along the way?
I am. And the route is very rough right now. I'm still kind of honing it down and figuring out where I want to go. But I have found a few parks I'm sorry, I can't remember if it's New Hampshire or Vermont. It's like Scotland, Ireland. Like, I keep confusing them in my head, and I just make people angry when I do that.
Yeah.
But
don't tell them out loud.
But there are some parks out there that I've been told are amazing, and all along the way, really. What I'd really love to do is go visit my buddy Big John down in Texas and ride Spider Mountain, but this route doesn't go that far south. But there are dozens of parks that I really, really want to hit.
Is there a like Thunder Mountain out that way on the East Coast? I believe somewhere around there. I think
I'm
it's Thunder Mountain.
guessing that's on the list.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's adventure. Adventure.
I know. God, it's gonna be great.
I love it. And here's a question coming out of New Zealand, and this is going to be a good one because we can ask this before and after. But what are your favorite weekend MTB trips in the USA? Be interesting to know that answer now, and then ask it again when you get back.
No kidding. That's interesting. Well, weekend trips are unique with respect to the fact that you have to start from somewhere and you have a limited number of days to accomplish your task. So if I'm living in California, Tahoe is an option, and I have not yet ridden at North Star. That's something I really want to do. But I've been down to Santa's Village. I've been down to what is it? Big Bear or Bear Valley? Which one is right?
Oh
next to
yeah,
Santa's Village?
Big Bear.
Big Bear. I
Big
always
Bear.
confuse the
Snow
bears.
Summit.
Snow
and
Summit.
Snow Valley.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, both places are great. Great weekend trips. Of course, Exchequer out by Yosemite, Groveland is super fun. And there's all sorts of stuff up by Sacramento and Napa and things like that. But really, I mean, if I want to do a weekend trip when I'm in California, I'll go down to Monterey. I'll go to Santa Cruz because they're right next to me. And so, jump over the hill, rent a house for a night, ride for 2 days, come home.
Dude,
and it's painless. But if I'm in Durango, Moab's just 2.5 hours away.
No way.
And so I jump out there, spend a night, come back.
Oh my gosh, there's so many good things to explore and find out there out of Durango.
There's so much.
You keep putting stuff up. I'm like, what? Where's that? What's that? And then I saw, was it BKXC and I forget his name, but
Sampler.
Sampler.
Yes.
They were out of Durango not too long ago, putting that place on the map as well.
Well, BKXC was in Durango with Aaron, and they actually crashed at my place, and it was really fun to be able to nurture that trip for them because there's so much to see there. And I don't think that Brian had actually been out that way yet. He'd been to Phil's World, which is about half an hour west of Durango, but he hadn't actually been to Durango proper. And they ventured around the whole area, and they rode stuff that I haven't even done yet. And they made it look easy.
Those guys
scares me. They're amazing.
So good, right?
Now the videos are airing where he met up with I lost him. This is what happens when you get old.
Yeah,
with single track sampler, and they headed out to Moab, and they've been posting their videos from there.
Got it. So they're kind of out in that area right now because that's all like within a 2-3 hour radius.
Well, they're back now.
Okay.
I mean, that's all stuff that they rode, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I'm guessing.
Got it. We're just now seeing the videos.
Yeah, we're just now seeing the videos because I got to see Brian last weekend at a birthday party up in Sacramento. And we got to sit down and I got to talk to him a little bit about the wonderful adventure that they had. I got to essentially fawn over him and say, like, you're living the life. Like, I want to do what you do. He's so talented.
Taking applications for BKXC as well.
Exactly. It's wonderful.
So,
but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So that whole Durango area, did he say like, what was there something that jumped out to him that you connected with since you've been out there as well?
He rode a trail called Halfin Creek, which is just about 10 minutes north of town. It's pretty close to where I live in town. And is it a single black or a double black? It's a very challenging trail. The top half of it is supposed to be pretty gnarly. I haven't been on it yet because I want to ride it for the first time with someone.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't want to do that alone, but
Smart.
I could probably ride a loop from my house and go do that and then ride home. And I would only end up doing like 20, 25 miles in the day. But he did that. And I took his video apart. I'm like, I want to learn everything about this trail. And he spoke very highly of it. They had a really good time on that one. But then they also rode Engineer Mountain. And Engineer Mountain was a huge day for them. They got to see what anybody who rides a mountain bike in Durango gets to see, which is just a 100-mile view or more.
My
Being at the
gosh.
top of this mountain and being able to look out across lakes and peaks, and they're all below you. It's not that far off the Colorado Trail, and it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in Colorado. And I've seen a lot of really beautiful things in Colorado.
There is, speaking of one of your latest videos that you just put out there that has this view, it shows you in the meadow, you're on Engineer Mountain and you're getting ready to descend, but you're
Yeah.
like, just wake me up tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to stay right here.
I didn't want to go anywhere. I was getting really emotional because not only had I worked, I had been to Engineer Mountain on my very first road trip where I met that guy Chet. I had gone through Durango and I'd heard about this place, Engineer Mountain. The trail starts at 10,000 feet and goes up from there.
Starts.
Yeah. So you're feeling it. And then I hit this one rocky section. I was maybe 2 miles into the trail and I hit this rocky section. I'm like, maybe this isn't for me. I'm alone. I don't know where I'm going. I know I have a route of the trail, but that doesn't mean much because I don't know what to expect. And so I turned around and I went back to the car. So I had never really been up there. And then when I went up with my buddy Chet, who is a trail guide, he's the best riding partner I've ever known. He and I got to the top and we earned it. Like he's a motivational guy. He's just a terrific person. And he got me to the top of that mountain and I was dying. But when I got there, it was otherworldly. The flowers were blooming. Everything was green. The peak of the mountain was right there. And that view. Oh my goodness.
That the view that's in your video, Spokesman, is that it below? I'm like, that can't be ocean, but it's so blue down there. Is that is that lakes? What is that? Or is that just mountain peaks below you?
It's mountain peaks. Like there's the whole valley is down there and you're looking south towards Purgatory Resort and towards Durango. But there is a lake down there, but it's this little tiny puddle from where you are. It's huge, but it's like this little tiny puddle. And you're in so much of the atmosphere that it blues everything out.
Wow.
And it's otherworldly. There's nothing like it.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. It looks beautiful. If you guys are tuning into this, go to SpokesmanMTB on YouTube and check out that video that he just popped in there. I think it was it's only 6 days old, right? And then
it's fairly new. Yeah.
Pretty new. And then there's another one that just launched today. And this is a trail out there, but you literally think that this trail hates you.
Yeah. Oh,
there's a trail that hates Spokesman.
Mountain. I mean, it's even got the right name, Animus Mountain. Like, who named that?
Right.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That was a punishment. And I had only been up a fraction of that trail before also on that same trip.
That one looked rough, dude. Baby heads everywhere.
Everywhere.
Tech climb.
I was climbing the mountain and a hiker was coming down and she looked at me and she said, "Why are you riding this?" And I said, "It's a mountain. It's like a trail. I want to ride it." And she goes, "This is awful. You don't want to be here." and she was right. Like it sucks. That mountain hates people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that wasn't I was going to say, is that the one? I don't want to do a spoiler alert, but there's a scene in there where Spokesman, there's a scene you guys want to check out. Was that mountain? Same mountain?
Yeah, that was at Animus Mountain.
Damn roots.
Yeah. Damn. The mountain jumped up and bit me.
Yes. I'm glad you were okay, but boy, you guys got to check that out. That was, he has some ninja skills there.
And I will ride that mountain again because the north ridge of that mountain has some absolutely spectacular views. The payoff is better than usual. And Durango's filled with beautiful places, but this is one that's exceptional.
Yes. And talk about suspense. There is a part in that video where your heart breaks.
Yeah.
Watching you and you're like, oh my God, no way. Yes. So we will leave it at that, folks. We'll leave you guys hanging on that dramatic event, but check it out. It's a good one. Checking back in with the chats here. We have Riding Dirty. He's hitting you up on a promise, Steve. We need to meet at Whistler.
Let's do it.
You promised, he says.
You promised. And yeah, I do want to ride Whistler with Riding Dirty. We talked about it a while ago, and I still haven't been there. It's like at the very top of my list.
Oh,
we're doing that.
Yes. Hey, let's all do like a big MTB group ride at Whistler. Oh my gosh. Scott is oh man, this is awesome. Here comes an invite from Scott Ripley saying, if you roll through Northwest Arkansas, reach out. The
I will.
Narkansas crew will show you around. Dude, shout out to the Narkansas crew. Sick.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's a sweet name.
That is a sweet name. I love it. I love it. Air Blair, the coach of the Laguna Beach mountain bike team, just jumped on. He says, "What up, boys? Good to see you, Blair."
Yo.
Here's a spot that people are, I've seen this a couple times
Oh,
in the
yeah.
chats. Deer Valley. What do you
Deer
think?
Valley,
Have you been?
yeah, I was just out there about 2.5 months ago. We're talking about Park City, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a challenging park. There's a lot of stuff there. I rode about half the park. I was there for one day, and it's super, super fun.
Ooh.
And then when you're done, you're in Park City. Like there's so much to do there.
Oh, that's such a clean little town.
Like whiskey. There's so much to do there. That is a wonderful town. I'm heading back there soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be that place. I gotta hit that place. Deer Valley. I've heard a lot of good things. Trail Dog saying yes for sure.
Yeah.
We also I saw another one in here about Deer Valley. Okay, Active Life 2.0 is saying Bend, Oregon.
Yes.
What about that?
I haven't been there yet. I lived in Portland for 5 years and I haven't been to Bend. Like it's a tragedy. That's very, very high on my list. Also, I tried to go out there and ride about 2 years ago, but we couldn't get a rental. 3 years ago, but we couldn't get a rental. So I haven't been there yet. And it's Bachelor is very high on my list.
I hear great things about that place. Like it's kind of like on that sunnier side of the banana belt, right? Isn't it Bend, Oregon? So could you imagine?
I've been to Ashland, and Ashland is super fun, but Bend I haven't checked out yet.
I bet that's Loam City up there.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Oh man, I got to get out
shade.
there. Right and Dirty is saying my town is getting a Spider Mountain soon. What? Yeah.
Elaborate.
What?
Tell us, Eric. What is that? We got a serious one from Johnny out of Miami. He says, on a serious note, Mountain Bike Q&A is asking, I love this kid's editing. Such a talented creator. Yes, seriously.
Thank you very much.
Dude, the video you did on Durango, I felt like I was watching something on Netflix or on cable TV. Like, how did you come out? You jump on the channel and you look at the production quality of what you're putting out there and you're telling a story. There's the voiceover, there's the B-roll, and you're telling this eloquent story. How did you get talented? Is that all self-taught or what?
Pretty much. I mean, I went to school for graphic design. I never got a degree, but I went to college for graphic design back in the late 80s, early 90s. Like I'm not a young man. And I came up through computer graphics. And I learned pre-production and pre-press and print work and typesetting, typography. I'm a font nerd. I'm an absolute font nerd. It's
favorite font. What's your favorite font?
My favorite font used to be Benguet Gothic, which was used in the Bontrager logo back when it was privately owned. And that's not why. I just loved the font.
Yeah.
But these days, I'm a minimalist, and I am a big fan of Helvetia, which is Helvetica.
Okay. Helvetica.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it though? Helvetia?
Yeah, it's a Swiss font.
Oh, dang.
And so like people call it Helvetica New, but it's actually Helvetia Neue.
Damn.
At least that's what I was taught.
SpokesmanMTB.
Dropping the knowledge. But yeah, I came up through print, and when I had the opportunity to jump over to RGB color space instead of CMYK, which is print, I went to on-screen color, which was web design and web development, and web graphics. I learned that, and that naturally led to things like motion graphics and 3D modeling and animation and things like that. So I worked in Maya. I worked for Intel for 10 years and did a bunch of Maya and a bunch of motion graphic stuff for them. And I've just been a huge fan of interface design, of imagery, and creative digital creativity of all kinds for most of my life.
That's very cool. That is really, really cool. And that's a big compliment from Johnny Yu out of Miami Mountain Bike
really
Q&A.
nice.
He does editing for a living. That's what Johnny Yu did.
Yeah, that's sweet. We should talk. I professionally edited for about 5 years when I was at Intel, and it was all corporate work. So not to knock Intel, but there was a little bit less creativity. You're templatized. That being said, I got my chops, and I was able to carry that over to something I loved, which is what I'm doing right now. So it was a real great opportunity. Tried to carry it forward.
That is cool. And then it spills over into the Spokesman MTB channel,
Yeah.
and we all get to enjoy that. So yeah, that's cool. That's a great background on how that comes to be, because you like just click on the channel, you're like, oh, let me check this out. And then you're just like, holy crap, this is so good.
I
So
appreciate that.
definitely so. We got Trail Pimp is saying, hope you make it to North Star.
I really want to go to North Star. Oh,
Dude, Trail Pimp lives out there.
I've heard it's
Tahoe.
rocky and dusty.
Yes, that place I hear can bite too.
Yeah.
It can bite, but it can deliver so
wait.
much stoke, so much yummy
So
stoke.
much.
We got SoCal is also backing that up. North Star is amazing, the best trails at a
Yeah.
park I've ever ridden.
Wow. All right. That's a good
Yeah.
endorsement. I got to check
Yes.
this out.
Right? No biking, no life. Santa Cruz is home away from home.
Oh,
What do you think about those trails?
I love them. I grew up riding Wilder Ranch and UC, and not all of it was particularly legal in the 80s and 90s when I was riding it, but
Allegedly.
now a lot of it's opened up and it's a lot more acceptable to ride there. But yeah, and then in the last 10 or 20 years, I've been riding a lot of SoCal Demo, a lot of Flow Trail, a lot of Braille and things like that. And it's a real treat to be able to just drive a little bit and get to places like that. They're nearby. It's weird having grown up not that far away from where mountain biking was born, up in Marin, and then thinking that I'm living in the mountain bike capital of the universe,
Yeah.
and then going someplace like San Diego or Tucson, or Crested Butte, and just getting handed my butt.
Excuse me, sir. Is this your
I
butt?
believe this is yours. So yeah, I've been humbled many times. Yeah. I mean, I love Santa Cruz trails, but I don't know, maybe it's because I've ridden them so many times. They ain't that hard.
Yeah, they look steep, and that's with the GoPro effect.
There's some stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit, but when you go other places, I mean, there's not a lot of big chunk. There's not a lot of big boulder rolls or anything like that in Santa Cruz. They just don't exist there. It's loamy and flowy.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot.
And
We got
it's
a lot of
great.
chunk. We got a lot of chunk down here. I feel like
I
they
know
put
you
all the
do.
rocks down here.
Yeah, we had them all shipped south.
Yes, right on our trails. Excuse me, sir. Is this your butt?
Booyah!
Yes, sir, it
Booyah!
is. Right and Dirty saying Steve's Durango places is so rad. Thanks, Steve. Yes.
Oh, right on, bro. Thanks.
Yeah. Craig's in the house. What's up, MTB Raging says, what up, people? The Tube. Spokesman MTB. Great vids, bro. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
see.
That's very
Love
nice.
It. Love it. Here's the assist on the blanking earlier. Sampler.
I know. I have the worst memory. I really do. I'm horrible with names. I'm great with faces. So, if my sister's name wasn't similar to yours, I would not remember your name. I have to create a mnemonic in my head to remember things. And so, Marley, Mark. All right, we got that.
That's good. Yeah. Those are always good. Synonyms, anything that can kind of help you remember these things.
I'm a lost cause.
You know what's weird though, and people in the chat, if you're a little older, this is kind of like an aha moment.
Yeah.
Why is it that sometimes, like, I'll even go down? Have you guys ever had this? You go down into the kitchen with a purpose, like walking with a purpose. You get down there and you stop and you're like, what the hell am I doing here?
It's just gone.
Why?
Yeah.
Why did I come here? I know it's for something I need.
forgot I had a kitchen.
Right. But here's the crazy part about that. If you're on a trail and you've been on it before and there's something coming up that can bite you, but it could also deliver tons of stoke, you never get to that moment and go, what am I doing here? It's there.
No, you're in. You're just focused.
Yes.
Laser.
Why is that?
If I had to speculate, I'd say that it's because when you're riding a mountain bike, you're either in the zone or you're walking.
True. True.
Because at our level, and I'm not saying that we're pro or anything like that, but we ride hard stuff and you have to be on your A game.
Yes.
Because otherwise you could get hurt and you don't want that to happen.
That's true. That's true. And I think that maybe that's what it is. As you get older, you just accumulate more thoughts.
Yeah.
And then you end up in the kitchen looking for something, but you're thinking about something else. You're like, what the hell am I doing here?
I have steak knives. I didn't even know that.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're sharp. Oh my
It's
God.
great.
Charlie Hicks with the assist on that. He says, Alexander for the sampler.
Yes. And I love
Yes.
him. I love him to death. I don't mean to diss him at all because
Yes.
I'm a huge fan. I'm just bad with names.
Did you happen to catch his video when he did? Oh my God, I'm gonna butcher the name of this trail. It's in Utah, St. George or Hurricane. I think it was called Flying Monkey or something crazy like that.
I don't know if I saw that one.
It is the most
Yeah?
craziest, steepest, rockiest, chunkiest trail with the big exposure right off the side of the camera.
Oh,
And that's with GoPro. So in
Yeah.
real life,
and you know it's crazy.
oh my God, I just like sweating.
You know, I love these YouTubers because they're going out and doing things. They're giving me ideas, and they're you know, I go into trail forks and I mark it on my wish list and things like that. But they make it look so easy. They make it look achievable. And so, I mean, I know better, and I get out there, and I'm very cautious and safe about my rides on the trail. But it's great to see someone else conquer it and let me know what I'm in for.
True.
It's a
That's
wonderful
true.
resource.
It is. To see it and to know that somebody did it, and you're like, okay, that's
Yeah.
the line. This is what they did. and then the translation of the GoPro when you get there, you're like, gosh damn, that camera lied.
Yeah, man, it wasn't like that. Yeah,
It's so big. Is this the spot?
how can I stretch it or something and make it look? Yeah, I thought I was
People-
gonna die.
Right? I was totally gonna die. People who know A-Line, who've been to Whistler, there is in the middle of the trail, there's this rock drop. And on camera, it looks like a curb drop. Like they're just like dropping this thing, and it's no big deal. It's just kind of part of the trail. And when I got there for the first time I rode it, I stopped and I looked at it and I was like, are you serious?
Dropping
And
into the Grand Canyon.
it feels like it,
Yeah.
and your eyes go to the bottom of the berm that kicks left,
Yeah,
which is like way down there, but your eyes follow that. And you're like, this is like 100 feet tall. But then
Oh.
you see it on GoPro and you're like,
You just-
yeah, where was it?
Right
Where was it?
oh man,
Yeah, the GoPro effect. YouTube is wonderful, but the GoPro effect, my
Yeah.
gosh.
it's made its mark.
Spokesman, we need to invent something that allows us to see things in real life like the GoPro.
Yeah, like VR mountain biking or something.
Yes.
You
like
know,
that,
something
that's
where
not
you
bad at
look
all.
around and go like, "Oh, damn!"
Yeah. Without the VR, you're like, dude, that's huge. You put the VR on for the GoPro and, you're like,
you just cry.
yeah, that looks so easy. I could do that. Everything looks so tame. MTB Raging is giving you a giant compliment here on the bar. He's saying, whoa, Spokesman's
Oh, thank
bar
you so
is
much.
fire. What
I
are we
was just-
drinking? What
I
is
was
this?
just telling Joe about this the other night. This is by High West out of Park City, and it's called a Midwinter Night's Dram. It is a seasonal, and
Ooh.
it's pretty hard to get. And I just got my hands on a bottle, so I'm going to have some.
Ooh,
This is for Joe,
cat for old Colorado.
Colorado Kid.
Is this smoky? Is this oaky? Is this
No.
sweet? What is it?
Is it a sherry cask or a you know what? I can't. Port. It's a port cask.
Ooh.
And that's honestly my favorite kind. I love whiskeys and scotches and bourbons that have a little bit of sweetness to them.
Yes.
And this one's a real treat because it's got a little bit of that port edge on it,
Ooh,
and it spices it up just a little bit, and it's so good.
nice. Oh, Spokesman, cheers, brother.
Right
Cheers,
on, bro.
Cheers.
And to everybody out there,
Cheers to the chat. Love having you guys on here. This is so good. Trail Pimp is asking you, Spokesman, have you hit the Granite Trail in Folsom?
Granite Bay, I rode with Joe. I want to say a little under a year ago.
Oh, there it is.
And Active Life 2.0 and John, and we had a really great day out there. That was a lot of fun. Joe was kind of the tour guide, and he brought us around and showed us a lot of the stuff. And there's some rock rolls there that are challenging. You know, I grew up a little bit that day. It was really hot, and it was really fun. And the sandwiches and the beers afterwards were really good.
They're delightful.
Yeah, we were in that. That place is super fun.
That it looks fun. I see that's where Colorado Kid films a lot of his content out there at Granite Bay.
He does.
Yes, and he's doing the Eddie Murphy, man. He plays every single
He
character.
does. He's great. He's so great. I love watching him.
it.
Trail Monster, thanks for coming in, and it's nice to see you.
Trail Monster, thank you so much, and also for the $5 chat there for the show. He says, "Great episode so far. 4 a.m. comes early. Gonna have to watch the rest tomorrow, dude. Great to see." He says, "By the way, if you guys are ever in Tucson, hit me
Yeah.
up for some Mount Lemon." This probably goes for the whole entire chat. This
I'm
is awesome.
creating excuses to go down to Tucson and ride this winter.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know if you can ride Lemon in the winter because I don't know how snowy it gets, but I haven't ridden Lemon yet, and I really want to do it. That's on my list too. I got a big list.
How far was Mount Lemon from Sedona?
Oh, it's a little ways. I mean,
Okay.
Phoenix is what, an hour and a half, 2 hours south, something like that. And Tucson is another few hours past that. So it's not a
Got it.
short drive, but you can totally get there.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll want to maximize the Sedona trip when we go up there.
Yeah.
That's going to be a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Blair saying, "I vote #1 Spokesman's background of 2022 segment podcast, missing Screwball Whiskey on the up on the shelf." Yes. So that is we actually have a chat down here in SoCal called the Screwball Crew. I think that's called the Screwball Crew. Joey, what is that called that we have? But basically it's Screwball Whiskey lovers.
Yeah, it's the Screwball Crew.
Can I come drink with you guys?
Heck yeah.
Oh, man.
It's so good. Nice and delightful little peanut butter accents. Oh, man. Active Life 2.0 is saying, "Yeah, I'm like 15 minutes from there. I ride it every Tuesday." Oh, is this the Tuesday rides that they talk about?
Yeah, John rides like a beast. He's a machine. He's a very, very good rider. He's got a channel of his own that's really fun to watch. And I met him on a Chasing Epic trip with BKXC and Joe. That's where I met Joe, Colorado kid, out in Crested Butte about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. I want to say, maybe I'm doing that wrong, but John is an incredible. He's in such amazing shape, and he's also a really, really great guy and really fun to ride with. I don't see him enough. Like he's just wonderful. We've been up a couple of times to Everstoke, helping out trail building and stuff like that. And I tell you, man, I just want him to stick around longer. Like I love hanging out with John. He's so terrific.
Dude, shout out to the Active Life 2.0. Is that the name of his YouTube channel?
It is.
Check it out, the Active Life 2.0, John's YouTube channel. So it sounds like some great stuff out there in the pretty much Northern California as well. Yeah,
an old machine. Yeah, he's up near Sacramento. Yeah,
he's an old machine.
An old machine. We're all old. It's all right.
Still the machine. Still a machine.
Right.
Oh man, I did see something in here. Brett Hall saying, "Hey guys, late to the show as usual. What's up, Steve?"
What's up, Brett? How you doing, dude? Love my jersey.
Panda.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was so happy to get my panda. Oh, I was like, I want to be in that club. I want to have a panda.
I saw that. It was in one of your latest videos.
Yeah, that's a sweet logo. That's probably my favorite logo.
Yeah, the logo's great.
Yes, it is great. I love the story behind that too. I love how he's bringing that whole thing back. If for the folks who may not know that story, Unspoken was actually Brett Hall's best friends, and him were always had this dream of doing something, and they thought of something to do. The best friend loved the panda, and unfortunately, before they can get things off the ground, his best friend died in a motorcycle race. And so Brett, now being a father and a little bit older, decided to bring it back, and that's the kind of spirit behind that whole panda, which was awesome.
Wonderful.
Mark, we have breaking news.
Breaking news. Yes. Oh, no way. Johnny, my wife is in for Sedona. I may be going now. Thanks, Mark. She's dying to meet you. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Lauren, looking forward to meeting you too.
Nice.
Dude, Sedona. So let's talk about Sedona Mountain Bike Fest coming in March 4th, 5th, and 6th, right?
Got my tickets.
Oh my goodness. It's going to be good. Oh, baby. Oh.
I can't wait to walk my bike down all those black trails.
No, you're gonna do this and then this.
Yeah,
exactly.
Be a little louder and a little longer.
I see Brian Gong is in too, as we were talking about Sedona.
Yeah,
he's saying it can't come fast enough.
We had lunch today. It's so I love Brian. Oh, I love Brian so much.
Yes, I saw you getting some coaching for the podcast.
Yes, he's let me know how it all works.
Brian Gong, we love you, man. This is awesome. Was that like a Yeti crew lunch, or are you actually? I should ask you, what bike are you on now?
Well, right now I'm on the Ripmo still. I bought a second gen Ibis Ripmo a couple of years ago. And just recently, a few months ago, I purchased a Yeti SB150.
Ooh,
And there it is. And
beauty.
I picked that up because, have I told this story before? I don't know.
No.
My wife's gonna kill me.
Uh-oh.
I was talking to her and she
Hold
said,
on.
Hey, what's all the hubbub?
she says, you're spending too much money driving back and forth to Colorado. Gas prices are through the roof and it's just costing a lot. And I said, well, I have to drive. And she goes, why? I said, because I can't fly. And she goes, why? I said, because I have to bring my bike. And she goes, well, maybe you need another bike. And I went, I'm going to go work now. And I just stopped the conversation.
Honey, you're right. You're always right.
You're
And
absolutely right. I love you very much.
I mean, that's like a hall pass to go right to the bike store.
Oh my God.
Holy
So like 2 weeks
cow.
later, I had an SB150 and it's a great bike. That bike rocks.
Dude, that is an epic story. Now, was there reverse psychology used in this? Did you
No.
were you like dropping gas receipts on the floor in front of her? Like,
teach us.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
teach us.
How, baby?
I'm a very honest and caring husband,
True facts.
Your Honor.
Amazing. So
Wait,
like,
is this it here? This looks like it. I might have found it.
Oh, that looks like it. Yep, there she is. There she blows.
Oh,
Yeah, I put a DVO Jade Coil X on there.
Oh, I think I found some behind the scenes
nice.
photos too of it.
oh yeah.
Oh,
look
there
at
it
there.
is.
She's
Yeah.
sleeping.
Hey, she beat
Sleeping.
me to the bed. What am I gonna do? You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, new
Yeah.
bike day.
She's such a weasel.
And the bike's like, Spokesman, I'm tired of carrying you. Like literally carrying you for this.
I have to put you on me.
So I get the bed. I need the rest.
Down. Yeah, earning it. Yeah, we get
Oh,
along.
man. That is awesome. So now does that bike live in Durango and now you have a California bike?
Correct. Now I have a California bike and I have a Durango bike.
Oh my
And
God.
I realize how that sounds. Like it's a little bit ridiculous. But
Sounds
you
awesome.
know, I'm a lucky
Perfectly
guy, I
normal.
guess. Yeah, I feel very fortunate. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to be climbing on the Ripmo and I'm going to be riding up near Los Gatos, near Lexington Reservoir tomorrow. And I might try to hit. I have next week off for Thanksgiving, and so I'm going to try and hit Santa Cruz a couple of times, and hit some dirt out there. And you know, if you ever want to come up,
Yes.
we got room.
Yes. I'll be up that way. I've got a medical conference that I'll be at
Oh.
in actually, I think it's like January the 13th, I believe. 13th, 14th, that weekend. I'll make sure I hit you up.
Oh, dude,
It's
say
in
the word.
Monterey.
Monterey. That's not that far away. That's pretty
Ooh.
close.
What's the park out there? Toro Bike Park or Toro Park out there by?
There's Toro Park, and there's a lot of trails there. Not all of them are on Trail Forks. I know.
You're getting
Oh my
harassed.
No,
Brian,
and Brian is not wrong. Read that chat. Brian is
Brian-
not wrong.
Spokesman, your 150 is old news now.
This was a little bit of unfortunate circumstance, but it was also just fine. I had that conversation with my wife, and then I went straight to Trailhead Cyclery in Cupertino, California. Go shop there.
Yes. Was she done? Was she done with her sentence yet? Before?
And no. There was just she's like, where did this cloud of dust come from? And where did my husband go? Nothing but motion blur. And I headed out to the shop, and I already knew what I knew all about the SB150. I mean, Yeti
Perhaps-
bikes are legendary.
Perhaps maybe you've been to the shop before.
Oh, just a couple times. And I talked to them about it, and they said, "Oh no, it's on sale. It's reduced price." And I'm like, "Well, sign me up."
Love it.
And then, like, what was it? A month later, SB160, SB140. So SB120. I mean, so yeah, all these new bikes are coming out, and it's great. But that 150 is beautiful.
Right?
Yeah, it's a beautiful bike.
It's a
What?
very nice bike.
150 is kind of like the all trail, all mountain killer, isn't it?
It's the standard.
Yeah.
And I feel like with 160, And there's nothing wrong with 160. It's going to perfectly supplant the 150. It really will. It's a beautiful bike. It's a little bit more into the like downhiller realm. You know,
Right.
it just has that mojo, and you can ride it on anything, but that's how I feel about it because I don't have one.
Well, in your defense, I'm curious, and Brian Gong let us know, but would the 150 climb better than the 150, all things being equal, same type of
The
rider?
160 and the 150.
Yeah, sorry,
You
160.
know, I haven't yet checked the geometry of one against the other, so that's a really good question. One of the reasons that I picked up the Yeti and not something else like a Hightower is because the geometry matched my Ritmo so perfectly.
Ooh,
The two are virtually, now they're not identical, but they're virtually identical.
that's a good way to
And
toggle on and off.
right.
Right.
And I was telling Brian at lunch that, you know, when I'm in Colorado and then I come back to California, I feel like I'm getting on the same bike.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they're really
nice.
beautiful bikes. They're beautifully designed. They're wonderful rides.
So on your road trip, which bike is going?
Good question. And
You
do
know,
do they
I don't know
fight
if
for
I'm
it?
ready to answer that yet. I know. Maybe I'll bring them both. Well, that's the thing. That's the trick because I also have a highball. I have a Santa Cruz highball. And that bike, while it's a very different beast from the other two, is very uniquely suited for a very specific type of trail. It's a cross-country bike. It's ridiculously light. It weighs 20 pounds. It's stupid. And
Damn,
it's a
that's
wonderful, wonderful bike.
Nice.
So it climbs like a mountain goat on cocaine.
ooh,
Yeah, it's crazy.
that's not bad at all. That's not
Yeah.
bad at all.
Nice.
Who's tired? Not me.
No,
Not
keep
not
going, boss.
Spokesman.
We're good. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely not Spokesman.
right.
Trail Pip is saying, Spokesman, are you getting an e-bike for that
Okay.
quiver? Yes.
You're
what are
gonna
your
okay.
thoughts?
We're getting
Mark,
there.
you're gonna have to help me with this
Okay.
because Trail Pimp's not wrong. An e-bike is in my future. I don't know when. It might be 2 years. It might be 5 years. It might be more. I don't know.
Sounds like gas receipts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just, but you'll have to help me with this because my eyes are on the YT and I can't remember the model name.
Decoy.
Decoy.
Yes.
I was checking those out online, and that's at the top of my list right now.
That's a
They're
beautiful.
Why don't you
bike.
come down here and ride one with us?
You know, that might have to. No, I will not. And I will not because if I
You
do,
have to be prepared.
I'll never get on another bike again, and I can't afford to do that. I just spent a lot of money.
And there's a reason why Joey is the #1 YT sales rep in Southern California.
All right, Joey.
Yeah, once you jump on one, you cannot put that genie back in the bottle.
That's what I'm scared of.
Yeah.
You know what sold it for me is the Oso, the new Ibis.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Brian was writing that on 2 or 3 of his videos, and he killed it. Like he really sold the concept. It looks like a really nice bike. And then the video where he switched back to his Ritmo, he's like, I think my back wheel's rubbing.
Yeah.
You know,
Am I
this
dragging
I'm dragging. Yeah, this ain't right. And then he gets off. He's like, no, I'm fine.
I know. There is a period when you're toggling on and off from e-bike that you're
I
like,
don't know, man.
you're like, what
Yeah.
is how? What's happening here?
I have a new rule because when I first got the Decoy, I was on it for 4 or 5 months nonstop. It's like having a chairlift everywhere you go. It's so much fun.
And
Yes.
that is both wonderful and scary.
Yeah. Then I jumped back on the normal bike, and I felt like I hadn't ridden a bike in 6 months.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
Sucking
now,
wind. Like,
so now the Decoy's weekends only.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a good policy. I like that.
Yeah.
yes.
Special occasions and
Yeah,
weekends only.
it's the Sunday driver.
Yes, I know. I need to subscribe to that because I recently got a new bike that I'm doing a video for, and I've been taking it out there, and I'm like, damn, my legs,
Yeah.
I'm a little tired.
This is new.
This is
Right.
new. What is this? Oh, what's up? Danny is in. He said,
Danny's
"Yo, SoCal says it feels like you have a rear flat." Yes,
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Totally.
what I'm scared of.
Yeah.
yes, it does go away. I mean, that's just for
Yeah.
a brief moment.
It's
Yes.
it's an acclimation thing. You're right.
It really is. Yeah, it's enough for you to notice it when you first take off. You're like, "Hey, what the?" And then you're back in it. And then somebody passes you on an e-bike, and you're like automatically like, "Damn, e-bike! Wait, oh."
You know, I
wish
was
wasn't on
so ready
mine."
to jump into that hate. I was so ready to jump into that hate when when everybody was on e-bikes and I'm climbing a hill and I'm like sweating and I'm just dying. And then I hear rear, 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 and it comes up and I'm like, son of a genius.
On your left, on your left, and right.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I hate you so much that I love you.
Yes. When you get to the top, he's like, the same person's passed you 3 times. On your left again. You're like, dude, your third lap, really?
That happened to me at Hawes in Mesa, Arizona. Is the same dude passed me 3 times, but it was a long ride.
It like takes your soul, you know.
Yeah, I know. Like, oh, I hate you. Oh, I want to buy you a drink.
Right? Why are you smiling so much? Why am I grinning? Joseph Maloof is saying, "Don't get an e-bike. Don't."
That's my cousin Joe. What up, bro?
Welcome to the show. Yes.
Don't get an e-bike. Okay.
I don't know. Trail says it's on its way already. You already opened the door, I guess.
Oh man, the genie is coming to Trail Pimp up there in Tahoe. Congratulations, Trail Pimp. That is awesome. Oh man, we opened up the genies here. Brett Hall saying decoy. Yes.
Nice bike. It's a really nice bike. Everybody's loving it.
Right and Dirty's got a new name for your channel. Decoy Steve.
Oh yeah.
Decoy Steve. Dude, let's try it again. Decoy Steve.
Decoy Steve.
Oh, Decoy Steve.
Yeah.
There he is.
Get on your left.
On your left.
Your left. Oh, that's what my jersey is going to say. I haven't designed a jersey yet. It's going to say on your left. I like that. That's
third
good.
lap around on your left.
Yeah. Again.
Yes, that's such good
needs
stuff.
to be another word in front of that on your left, though.
Like an adverb?
I wouldn't know.
Your halo is blinding me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So 2 epic bikes, one living in Colorado, one here in California, very similar geometry. So you're toggling on and off.
Yeah.
I can't get over the genius of the gas receipts. The gas is so expensive that you got to just get another bike.
You know, as soon as she said that, I knew my angle.
Yes.
I love you, honey. I love you so much.
You're right. You're always right. I don't know why I think I am.
Thank you very much.
And thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Fred Hall says, I giggle as I pass them.
Every time.
Every time. True story. I did my first mountain bike e-bike race, the Vail Lake races, Big Bear Enduro races. And they let the e-bikers drop in after the pros. So like literally you get second taste of fresh trail.
Oh yeah.
We hit the trail, made it to stage 1, then pedaled to stage 2, down to the bottom, pedaling back up. And we're winded, but we're not like dying as if we were on the analogs at stage 2 going into stage 3. And I'll never forget Brett Hall's voice. I go, hey man, this is so much fun. Fresh trails. We're almost done with the race. And we're barely like 30 minutes into the race. Is this possible? And he goes, and I said, I got a smile on my face. And he goes, dude, I do it every time. Every time I ride this thing, I got a smile on my face, grinning from ear to ear.
I don't know if I want to be that happy.
Yes. That's man.
Scary.
That was.
You know, the only thing that's really keeping me from getting an e-bike at this point, excuse me, is trail.
It's a lie.
Is trail access.
Gotcha.
Because
good point.
It's not there yet. And you know, the Mid-Peninsula Regional Open Space District, which is a dominant trail force where I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, is very active in listening. They're good about listening to users of their trails, whether they're mountain bikes or hikers. They're pretty good about it. And they've been advocates for a lot of different things. And they came out about 6 months ago at Calero, where I ride a lot, and had a little booth set up, and we're asking people about how they feel about e-bikes. And I was really honest with them. I said, you know, they're kind of like just normal bikes. They're not louder. They're not more dangerous. They're not harder to manipulate or handle. They're not harder to control. And I'd like to think I made a difference, but nothing's changed yet. There aren't a lot of trails that, at least where I live, that are open to e-bikes. And I think that's going to be a barrier to entry for a lot of people.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, not until they reclassify these things. because there's the pedal assist, and then there's like the Surons, right?
Yeah.
So it's they got to be different classifications, and I think it's coming, but change sometimes takes a long time.
It does, and I'm willing to give it that time if it's done right.
Yes,
Yeah.
true. Very true. So e-bike, maybe in the future. Man, we got off on a tangent on that one. That was a good one.
I know, right? That was fun.
Trail Pimp is asking, Spokesman, have you seen Anthony? Oh my gosh. This is one of my favorite YouTubers right here. He's probably under 200 subscribers. Anthony Sanabria, or Wes Peoples on the decoy.
Anthony Sanabria. No, I don't know.
So fast. Anthony Sanabria's videos on YouTube looks like he's got his clips in like 1.5.
Yes.
He is just fast.
That's scary. All right. Anthony.
So fast. Sanabria. And he's throwing it around on the decoy. It's so good.
God, I need my glasses.
MTB Raging saying, I'm definitely in the switch 'em up mode right now.
All right, Anthony. I'm subscribing.
Anthony Sanabria got another subscriber.
I expect you to ride fast. I will check that out. Thank you for the tip. That's awesome.
Thank you, Trail Pimp. That's a good call there. Both of those guys are fast. Danny U SoCal saying, wait, there's trails I'm not supposed to ride an e-bike on?
Yeah, I know, right? And you know, I'm not going to knock anybody for poaching here and there. It's a matter of like local, you know, ideologies, and every place is local, and you got to live by those rules. But that being said, there's a right and a wrong, and then there's an overall what should we do, and everybody knows what they should do.
Yeah, definitely so. Definitely.
As I pour another scotch.
TK is saying, Spokesman.
Yo, that's my brother.
Nice. Oh,
what
TK,
up, bro?
You should have heard some things that he was talking about growing up.
Yeah. You know, he has sat at this bar right here many more times than I can count. And yeah, we've traded some stories. I don't want to talk about it.
So was TK one of the influences on you growing up on a bike? Like, did he get one first?
He's my wife's brother.
First? Gotcha.
And yes, actually, because he was the influence behind me purchasing the highball. He has a really nice because I'm old, I can't remember. He has a really nice hardtail, and it's a nice carbon hardtail. And I remember getting on it and riding it around in front of his house going, this thing's really nice. Like the pickup on it is solid. It just goes. And it's because it's so light, and because it's a hardtail. It's just like every pedal stroke just translates right into forward energy. Sweet. And I'm like, I got to get one of these. Like, this is important. Hi, Dennis. My son's waving at me from the window. He's like, my dad is such a nerd.
Speaking of nerds, earlier there was a question, and I'm sorry I missed it, from New Zealand. He asked, how many kids do you have, if you have kids?
I have 4 children. My youngest is 13, Dennis. He's freaking awesome. He's like the best kid I've ever known.
Shout out to
my
Dennis.
daughter is 18. She's off to college in LA. And my daughter Jessica lives out in Florida, and my son Alexander lives somewhere. He has been adopted by another family.
God.
And yeah, and I love all 4 of my children equally. They're all 4 wonderful people, and I have this broad spectrum of age that gives me so much joy, because I have children that are my peers, and I have children that I'm still raising. And it's just, I have such a full life. It's terrific.
That's awesome, man. You got the whole spectrum there.
It's wonderful.
So one of your older kids is named Alexander. He's the single track sampler?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yes. Oh, that's such a good idea. Oh, do you know how much I would freak out if that were true? Oh,
you're like, the guy's got good genes. He gets it from his dad.
He knows what he's doing. Came from somewhere.
Team EVA has jumped onto the podcast. What is happening, Jacob Cruz? Yes, shoot, I'm late. Dude, don't worry. Always good to see you. We just had this incredible veterans ride at a place, trail system called Waterworks.
Yeah.
Yes. And Joey's got the stickers to show he was there.
Hey, there it is. Sweet.
Yes.
That's a cool
Bomber
shot.
Crew, MTB. That was such a good day. Lots of vets out that day. So
Nice.
fun. Marley's actually saying backstory on Steve.
My sister.
Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
Let me cut.
Bring it.
That's my
We're gonna cut
sister.
that. Are we bringing that on? Okay, folks.
Yeah, go ahead. I
It's
don't
too
care.
late. The genie's
Oh.
out. Marley says backstory on Steve. He had a newspaper route he would do on a unicycle, and his first ride vid was done by mountain biking a high-8 camera to an old helmet.
Yeah.
No
Wow.
way,
Big, like had a
Wow.
cassette tape in it.
dude. Get the chiropractor. Get the chiropractor for Steve.
Yeah, I
How much do those things weigh? Unicycle, dude. Tell us more.
We're unicycle brothers here.
All
high five.
right, bro. I can't get that close to the camera. Yeah, totally, dude. When I was 14, I bought a unicycle from Shan Fitzpatrick down the street, and he was like, "Bro, I'll sell it to you for $150." I'm like, "I don't have $150. What do I do? I'll get a paper route. I'll get a paper route. I'll earn $150. I'll buy your unicycle. It'll be so cool." And I bought his unicycle, and it took me 2 weeks to learn how to ride it. Yeah, Joe says hi, Marley, cousin. and I fell in love with it. Like, it's wonderful. And then I picked up another one when that one died. And then when I was in Portland, when I was working with Intel about maybe 10 or 12 years ago, I picked up a giraffe. And so I have a 6-foot unicycle that's really hard to get on.
Oh.
And so I wait until I've had at least 12 beers on the 4th of July. We throw a huge block party. We have a great neighborhood here. Throw a huge block party every year on the 4th of July. And I get up on my idiot unicycle and I go out and I ride and get stupid. And I haven't gotten hurt yet.
Nice. No fireworks aimed your way.
That's fun. I was just going to mention the giraffe. I've been looking for one. It's one of those.
Yeah.
I've been wanting one since I was a kid, kind of thing. The unicycle is weird. It's like once you figure it out, you can always ride it.
Yeah. And as soon as I could actually get on it, which is really the hard part, I could ride it no problem.
Right.
You know, it's just the same thing as a standard unicycle. But now I'm on the lookout for like a 27.5 or 29 unicycle, and I want to hang that in the garage and make it all cool. But there's so much fun.
I'm looking for the draft, and I've always got my eyes out for a penny farthing.
Yeah. Oh, Cheryl. Okay. My local riding buddy, Patrick, and Cheryl wants a penny farthing like nobody's business. She has like sculptures of them hanging in her house. And where do you get something like that? I mean, they make modern ones, but
I mean, there's a guy making them in Bulgaria or something.
Yeah, they're so cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go. So we're bringing some up.
Are you bringing the giraffes up? Nice.
Here's a 5-foot tall giraffe.
Yep.
Holy cow. So why is it giraffe? Because it's just so elongated and tall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
You got to climb up onto it. It's a little bit of a trick.
Yeah, they're really, really difficult. I've done it just a few times. It's very, very hard to do. I usually need like a van or a tree to get up onto it.
For the folks that are watching this, check this out. Okay, there's the enlarged box. Watch this. I have to scroll to get this whole thing in. Look at that. This is the giraffe unicycle. Now, the most important question, we have two people here. We have Uncaged and we have Spokesman. And this thing is $200. What do you guys think? $100 a piece? Should we put a bid on eBay?
Do it.
Nice.
Where are we going to put this thing?
Do it. What could go wrong?
Right.
They're just your kneecaps.
The next morning, did we just buy a unicycle, guys?
Yeah, this is the other one right here.
I mean, I drank a lot of scotch, so yes.
Did I click it?
Oh,
well, that's not even for auction. That's a buy it now. What is this called?
Those
yeah, but I think the shipping on it's impossible.
Yeah, where is it?
And it's not a it's a modern one.
It is. Where's it located?
I think it's Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Oh,
the shipping says come get it.
Yeah, right.
Tumor Warrior has a great idea. He says, dude, video idea, ride the unicycle down to Lonix.
I don't know what Telonix is, but
yeah, not the 6-foot one.
Trail Pip saying, dude, that just looks sketch.
Yeah, penny farthings scare the crap out of me because, like, if you hit a bump that's big enough for that giant wheel, you're losing your face. Like, it's over. I don't care what you're wearing on your head. You don't stand a chance.
Yeah, can you imagine OTB on that thing?
No.
That's all giant wheel.
Yeah, that's no thanks. Trying to quit.
This is the Vertopia Carbon e-bike.
Oh, Joey, he's going into
I can't turn the volume off.
MTB.
Childproof.
Uh-oh, there it is. It's childproof. Oh my gosh, dude, I love it. I can't believe, Spokesman, we're over an hour already on the podcast. I can't believe it. But it's been awesome having you on the show, man. I really appreciated this time.
It's been an honor to be here. It's super fun. I love you guys.
We love you too, man. And dude, thank you for your support on everything. It's always great to see you in the chats everywhere that we see you.
Nice.
It is so awesome. And before we go, is there anything that we didn't cover that you want to make sure we get out there?
I try to, the one thing I would mention is that I try to buy a bike and build a bike and donate a bike every Christmas.
So good.
So
that's awesome.
Find a local charity. If you live in the Bay Area, I use a place called Child Advocates, which is a law firm that represents children who don't have any other kind of representation when they need representation. And they have a system where every holiday season they give to the children. And there's probably a similar or other style of child advocating charity or organization in your area. And I'd say, go get a bike and donate it. And if you can, donate 2 or 5 or 10 and get those kids out on bikes, because it's one of the best things you can do for people who don't get out.
I love that, man. That is really, really awesome. We actually did one of these and there's a website, and I'm glad you brought that up. There's a website called Build a Bike. Let me see if I can share it with everybody.
Yeah.
But yes, that's something that you definitely can do. You can go out and do this, and literally, there it is right there. Can you guys see that? Did that pop up?
Sweet. Yeah.
So Build a Bike, contact us, 1-800-872-7830 to find information on a Build a Bike close to you. Mm-hmm. And basically what you do is you show up. The bikes have already been purchased. They're just in boxes.
Oh, that's awesome.
And you just need to build them. You build them, you put it up, and then you help load it in the trucks, and it's going straight to the kids for Christmas. So,
get those kids on bikes.
Yes.
I can't imagine a thing that could help them more. You know, it's a wonderful opportunity for kids to get out, to breathe air, to see the hills, to ride trails, to, you know, there's so many different ways for kids to expand their horizons. And I can't imagine a better way to do it than on a bike.
Well said. Well said, Spokesman. I love it, folks. For the holiday season, check out Build a Bike. SpokesmanMTB, special guest on the show. Dude, always love it. Thank you so much for everybody who jumped on. You guys are awesome. What a great night tonight. Everyone's having a good time. I love it.
Thanks so much.
Spokesman, good to see you. Joey Yates, good to see you as always. Thank you all for jumping on. Mountain Bike Q&A over an hour, and I want more. Such great, entertaining time. Spokesman is awesome. Indeed, he is.
Yeah.
From Southern California to Northern California, guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend of shredding on the trails. See you guys out on the trails, or see you here shortly. Till then, see you guys at the top.
Rock on.
There we go. Yo.